Hi all, welcome back to a new video. My name is Lucas, and if you want to know how I use GitHub Codespaces in order to make really powerful Minecraft servers with a lot of mods, as you can see, well, just keep watching, because in this video I will show you how. So this is my server I made up in order to play with my friends from college. I knew that we wouldn't be playing for like a month, so I didn't want to pay for a month of hosting, and I came up with this solution. So let's jump in order to see how it goes. So this is the server. As you can see, I have no lag at all, and I have like 100 modes loaded here. Of course, I have the Alex Gates mod because it's a really popular one right now, but it works really well. And also, as you can see, I have like a lot of torches here, and I don't have like any time of lag. Sorry for my building skills. Of course, I can like take away blocks and put them back together if I want to, with no lag at all. As you can see, I have like no lag putting blocks in. Of course, I have like my animals here. I have like a lot of mascots there, like donkeys, raccoons, monkey there. And also, well, as you can see, the terrain generation works really well. I have like no lag in generating new terrain and going to my friends' houses. They're not connected right now because we stopped playing like a month ago, but yeah, I can go to my friends' houses with no problems. As you can see, the mob generation works really well with all the mods and stuff. And well, this is like the power of GitHub Codespaces in order to make Minecraft servers with mods. So let's jump into GitHub to see how it works. As you can see, I am not lying. Here is my server running. Here are the 100 mods I told you about. You can count them if you want. They are all loaded inside the server. I also have my plugins here. I don't know a lot about plugins, but I have one or two that really helped me out inside the server things. I have my word data here. Of course, I have my server properties, so you can customize your server as long as you want. I also have the op.json that helps you in order to make a user an OP, and the people who know about this will use it better. But as you can see, you can fully customize your server, and you can also fully customize the code I will explain you later on. So let's get started with your own Minecraft server. On the description below, I will leave you a link to this GitHub repository. You just have to click on it and it will take you to this website in which you can choose between the Spanish version of the code or the English version of the code. In this time, we will go with the English version. So now we just have to wait until it's fully loaded. And now we just click on the download button. Once we have all the files we need, you just have to go to the GitHub website and then create your own account. Once you have your account, a website like this, it will show to you, and then you have to click on the menu button here and then Codespaces. So now we will just have to go to the Jupyter Notebook section and click on this button. Now we will just have to wait until a Codespaces completely set up. This will take a little while because it's not working on our PC, it's working on the GitHub server. So yes, we will just have to wait a little bit. So now this workstation will appear to us, so we will just have to wait until it's completely loaded, and then we could start working. So let's just wait a little bit, and now we can start working in our server. In this virtual environment, we have the 4-core CPU, a 32 GB of storage, and 16 GB of RAM. So it's a lot just to be free, and it's truly a dream come true. It's obviously a virtual machine, and that GitHub gave to us totally free, and we could use it as we want, and that's really great. So we will just erase some files that we truly don't need, like the requirements file, the notebooks file, we don't need it, and the data file, we don't need it at all. We will just use the dev container, the gitignore, the license, and the readme. We truly don't need them, but we will leave them there just in case. So we'll just have to drag our version of the code here and just drop it. when the file that I gave you load completely on the code space, you will see this legend up here and this Jupyter notebook with Python, of course. And this is a modification of the original script from Google Colab. This script is used to download and run a Minecraft server on GitHub Codespace. Believe it or not, there was a lot of modification I have to make, and I hope you really take in consideration, because there was an adaptation to Codespaces and a lot of different things I have to make in order to make it run and in order to make it work. So it was a lot of hard work. Of course, it's made by me, and this is all the available tested version you have. Of course, you have the 1.20.4, the 1.20.3, and all of them. You can choose whatever version you want. Here in this variable, you can change the version you want. Here you can use the 1.20.4, the 1.20.3, but I will use the 1.20.1 because it's the one I tested the most, but you can use any version you want. Here you will choose the server type. In these currently available versions, you have paper, that is for plugins, a server with plugins. You have Forge, that is for modded servers, Fabric, that is for modded servers and an alternative to Forge, Vanilla for vanilla servers, obviously, Snapshot for testing new features in Minecraft, and Mohist for modded servers with plugins. There is a little bit of a disclaimer here with Mohist. If you want to use it, please download first the Forge version of the Mohist, because if you go here and download Mohist first, it will have some errors on the Forge installation. So if you want to make it work and doesn't have any kind of error, please install Forge first and then install Mohist, because that will make it work. If you go and install Mohist first, it will have a lot of errors and your server just won't work. So please install Forge first if you want to use Mohist for mod servers with plugins. Okay, that's the only disclaimer I have. I will show you, of course, how you can download every version. And well, let's continue with the code. Here we import the necessary libraries. We import OS, that is a library in order to make directories, in order to change their name, in order to make them look good, that kind of stuff. We have the import request, that is a library in order to make requests to an API. Here we have JSON, that it's a library in order to read JSON files. Well, here we have a server directory, that this is the name our directory will have with Minecraft server. Please don't change this directory. It could make some mistakes in the future, so please don't change the name of the directory. Okay, here we create our directory with the library OS. We will call the function makeDirs, and this will make the directory if exists. Okay, so this will name the directory, and this is the internal init of our server. Here we will download the version that we need with the call to an API. This will download for paper. Yeah, it has a lot of things on paper. It's kind of difficult. Here it will be with Forge, with Vanilla, with Snapshot, with Fabric, and with Mohist. Please forgive my English. I'm not a native speaker, and this is kind of the first video I'm making in English, so I don't want it to look like an Indian guy making a video about technology, about coding, but I'm not that good, I hope you understand me. I truly hope you understand me, because I really want that this code go around the world. Well, here you have the jar names that are available, and then you just the code space will show you this message on console. Well, here we have server URL. This will print on the console. Download to GitHub Codespaces. This will show you that the server, the the jar that needs to run inside your server is downloading inside the code space. Here we get the server. He will send you a status code, and this will like run download the server. Okay, if something bad happens, this will error message will show to you on the console. The most time is because you write another version here that is not tested or does not exist. So please look really good. The version you write here is really important that you write good in here, so you don't get any mistake on any error. Well, then you will run this on a specific pack depending on the server type. If you got Fabric, you will install the Fabric server version, and if you got Forge, you will install the Forge server version. This is why I tell you you have to install Forge first, because this will start the correct version of Forge that you need in order to run the mods. And then you install Mogis. That is the only thing you need in order to combine Forge with paper, I guess, in order to have like this modded with plugin servers. Then this will create the collab config. This will make the config file. That's the only thing it will do. And when it's all done, well, this message will show on console. This will change the EULA to true. This is something that you need in order to make like past Minecraft rules to make a server and all those kind of stuff. This is really useful. So now, in order to run all of this first part of the code, just go here and to the left part of the code, to the upper left part of the code, you will see like this play button, and you just have to click on it. Well, here you just go to Python, and now with the Python kernel, you just have to wait. This will download the server, the selected server. This will download to GitHub Codespaces, and now you just have to wait until it's downloaded. Well, when all the download is finally installed, you just have to wait until this message appears on your console. If you have this message, well, this really doesn't matter because it's just something internal of Java and Python, so you just don't need it at all because it's not that necessary for the final user. So this is just here. You could like study if you want it, but it's not that useful in order to configure your own server, so we will just leave it there. When you have this message on your screen, this directory will appear here on your directories of your code space. You go to Minecraft server, then you will have here the libraries for Forge in order to make Forge work. These libraries are really important, and the reason why I told you to install Forge first, because Mogis doesn't have the same libraries. Mogis just have the libraries in order to make the plugins work, and when you install Mogis, you must have Forge first, and then Mogis like mix all the libraries together and make it work. So please have installed Forge first. Then you have the collab config JSON that will help us in order to know what Forge version we have, and this will help our code over here, the second part of our code, in order to know what version of Forge we have. Then we have the EULA text, well, .txt. This must be on true always. It's like a chat moderation for Minecraft, and it's mandatory in order to run the server because Minecraft really needs it, so it's mandatory to have it on. So please leave it on true. We have the jar log. Well, it's just a log, so we can do a lot with it, but it's there. Here we have the jar. We can open it because it's like a zip, but in a Java version, so it's there, so we can do a lot with it. Here is the run.bat, the run.sh, and the user gbr arms. This is arguments. This is something I made in order that you could like have a notion of what is the arguments that you could use. That, of course, I will show you in the second part of the code. So, well, now we can go to the second part of the code. In the second part of our code, we have all the libraries we need to run: the threading library, the glob, JSON, os, time, and request. Some of these libraries are really useful, some of them truly not, but I just leave them here because I use them in some part of the code on some part of the process, so I just leave them because it reminds me that the time I spent here. Well, here is the update of the apt cache. It's really useful. Leave it here because it's really useful in order to make the code work. You must have your cache updated all the time. Well, here is the files you need to assign. He will find the directory you need to where the files will download, because there is a lot of downloading here. And this will list the files that are on our directory of Minecraft server, so it's really important. Here the code will import the configuration file, and that it must be here. So if exists, this will happen, else this will happen, and here we create the new config file. So it's really important. Now we will install OpenGTK, that is a version of Java we need in order to make our server run. Here we will install it, and if there was a problem or something, this will be printed on our consoles. And if everything is okay, this will be printed in our console. So it's not that big of a deal. Now we have the version of Java. Here we will check our version of Java, and it's really important. So we have something that it's not the version of Java we need. There could be some problems, so please beware the version of Java you have in your server. Here are the list of the server types. This is really important in order to our code to know what server type we have. And here is the arguments of Java. This is really important for you to know that here you will configure the RAM that your server use of the code space. Here you have something for paper that it's basically the same, that it will use the same. And well, if we don't use paper, you will not need a server flag, so it's just an empty string, you know. Well, here is the GVM arguments for the server. This is the memory allocation. Yeah, here you will have the maximum of memory that our server could use. I recommend to leave it on 10. Truly recommend to leave it on 10. If you go to 12, some of the process that are needed in order to maintain the server up could be, you know, they could have not enough memory in order to run inside the code space, and that could make your server crash or go slow. So please, the recommendation for you now is to leave it on 10 gigabytes, and it's the best you will have. Here is totally free, so you of course can go and change it to 12 or to 14. I don't recommend it. I truly recommend it to leave it on 10. I made a lot of testing here, so it's the best for you, but you can change it if you want. Here you will have the tunnel server, the tunneling for your server. The tunnel servers we will use is ngrok, and here is the tunnel server we will be using. I recommend just to use ngrok, it's the best one, and I will tell you why. Because the other one, like, it has a lot of lag, sometimes it just doesn't work. I hated the other one, so I just came up with ngrok, and it's the best one, and that's all. If your tonic servers is ngrok, I will the code space would make a pip install here, and here we'll import a library from ngrok. From ping ngrok, but import conf ngrok and ngrok. Those are like functions that will help us in the future of the code. Well, down in the code down below. Now you can get your ngrok token from this website. I truly recommend it. So you just have to go to this website, log in with Google if you want, and then you just have to copy the token, the auth token that is right here. It's not such a big deal, but I will show you how. Here is the website of ngrok. You just have to sign up. It's not such a big deal. And then you just have to go to this option on the menu, and here you just go here and go copy, and that's all. you copy your ngrok token to the clipboard, and well, copy it here, over here on the token option. Okay, I have it there, so I will not change it, but yeah, you just have to copy the token here. That's all you have to do with ngrok. So well, here I will import the get pass that it will help us in order to tunnel our server. Well, here is our token. Here we will log in ngrok. And here you can choose your region. If you are from Asia, well, you can use the Singapore server of ngrok, the AP. If you're from Australia, the server is in Sydney. If you're in Europe, of course, the server is in Frankfurt, Germany. If you're in India, it's in Mumbai. If you're in Japan, it's in Tokyo. If you're in South America, it's in Sao Paulo, Brazil. If you're from South America, I truly recommend not to use this server because it's kind of laggy. I recommend to use the one in the US if you're from South America, of course. Of course, I'm using the one from the US. Here you just have to change it. If you want to use the South American one, you can just change it. If you want to use the Japan one, you can just change it if you want, wherever you live, sorry. So yes, I will stay with the US because I'm from South America, and this is way better for me because Brazilian servers are not that good. I truly recommend to you in order to use the US servers. Now here we connect to ngrok. Well, here you can change it. Here is like a signal in order for you to change your region. Well, here you connect to ngrok, and here you will see your IP. Well, this IP is changing. Every time you execute the code, it will change. It's a dynamic IP. Why? Because if you want to have a static IP, you have to pay the premium version of ngrok. Okay, if you have the premium version of ngrok, you could just like do this and this and this. Like you just have to like take away the comment from that part of the code, but I will leave it there because we don't have the premium version. But if you have the premium version of ngrok, you just have to place here your subdomain over here. It will be like a token like this, but a little bit different. You just have to place your subdomain, and then you will have the connection like anything else. Like this will show your connection. Of course, if you have the premium version, you have to comment this and this, because this will like make a little bit of a problem here. So this is only if you have the premium version. If you doesn't have it, just continue with this one, that it will be dynamic. I will show you what that means. Okay, now we have the launching of the server. This will, okay, and now we have something that I use in order to get users from an API. Why I am doing this? GitHub Codespaces is something that we can use in order to run code and make some tests, but it's not made in order to, create Minecraft servers. So in order for our server to be always online and be always up, we need two things. The first one is to maintain the server making some requests to an API that it will keep the server up. And for this, I make this function that is made here, and this function will make a request to an API, and this function will repeat it. But when you go to this part of the code, when you will be like running this part of the code, of course the microserver will stop, and then it will run the request to the API. How I fix this? I make a thread. A thread is something used in order to make a script run two things in the same time. We will run our request to the API and our Minecraft server. It's really important to keep this on because this will help us to maintain our server up. Well, that's all. That's basically all of here. Well, here you can, every 10 minutes, you will make a request to an API that it will give you some random data, and it's nothing really important. Well, here is the collab config. This will initiate our server. This is really important, so please leave there. He's like all the things we need to in order to initiate our server is really important. And well, this will keep the server running. No, it's something that we truly need in order to keep our server running. No? This while it's really important because this will reactivate our thread, and this will make our server to continue running. So before continuing, I have to tell you that if you want to server to run, you have to keep this table, this tab open all the time. This tab must be open inside your computer, inside your laptop. You could have this tab open whenever you want, wherever you want. It's not that important where you run it because this is a virtual machine. It's not really running in your computer, it's running on the GitHub servers, but you must have this tab open always. Of course, you can use no hand up in order to close the tab, but I already tested it, and one, it takes away all the computational power of the Codespace really fast because Codespace has a limited computational power, so it really doesn't work, and it will make lag inside the server and lag inside the code space, and you don't want that. So please don't use no hand up because it won't work. I already tested. And another thing you have to do, I will show you now. Another thing you must have in consideration is your default alt timeout is something that GitHub will have in consideration in your code space. I recommend it to leave it in 120 minutes. To come to this page, you have to go to your GitHub settings and then to Codespaces. I recommend it to leave it in 120 minutes because it's the best value in order for you to get time to make actions inside your code space. But if you want to go with the 240 minutes or 4 hours, I don't recommend it because it will drain the power from your code space and your server will be more laggy, and you truly don't want that. So I recommend to leave it in 120 minutes. I tested this a lot, so this will help you much more, I hope. And well, this is because of course Codespace and GitHub doesn't want you to have like all day running things in their servers. So for you to like they have to know that you're using the environment. So for you to like skip this program stop of your server, you just have to come to the server, to this workstation, and just do a backspace or an enter or a space inside this part of the code, like this part of the code, and that will kind of. So now we will just go all the way up here and change this to from Forge to Magist. Then we will just click on this button, and then just this will appear on our console, and the Magist jar will appear here. So now that we have the Magist jar, let's just like check the collab config. This must be a Magist. Yeah, it's working pretty well. Now we will just play this button, and when we click on this button, this will appear in our console. The Magist will start our server. Here is our token, here is our IP, and we will have to copy this IP inside our Minecraft, accept there, and click on done. We'll just have to wait until the download is completed. Let's go to this part. Here we are downloaded the Magist library in order to get everything we need to start our server. So let's just wait until it's everything done and our server will be up. So when all is downloaded, this will appear on your screen, like the preparing spawn area. This will be completed. This message will be placed on your screen, on your console, and then you just have to refresh it and enter to your Minecraft server. And it's pretty much done. Like, truly pretty much done. Let's just wait a little bit, and as you can see, well, everything is going well. Normally you can like come here, like take away this 3 if you want, like well, whatever appears to you, because it's like a random seed. But yeah, it works pretty well. You have like of course this is a premium server. You can like change it to no premium, like in the server configuration file, like in this one. You can change everything you want here. You can add mods here, you can add plugins here, and I will show you how. So now to add mods to our server, we just have to turn it off, like by clicking here. This will like a message appear here. You just have to play OK, and it's gonna be all. Just click here and your server will be off. Now just grab the mods wherever you have them, the mods you want to add. You can add whatever mods you want. You have 32 gigabytes of storage here, so add mods as you want. Usually we'll play with 150 mods, so do whatever you want truly. Well, just come here, add the mods like this. That's just grab them and it will be kind of all. Here there's the jar of the 2 mods, the point jar. It's like a zip file, you know. Well, here are the mods already done to be used, and we will just play on the we'll just click on the play button, and when we click on it, just have to wait a little bit, like a minute or so. This is really fast, really fast. Just come here, go to this part, copy the IP. Remember that it's dynamic, so every time you turn on your server, the IP will change, and you will have to share it to your friends, or the server you want to host. This all leave to you. Well, we will just add our IP here and wait a little bit. This will not take a while. It's like, yeah, it's already doing the stuff of preparing the spawn area. Well, now it's all done. Our server is totally up. It just takes like 45 seconds. Like it's truly not much. And now we can enter our server. Just wait a little bit and all the fun will begin. Let's join our world. As you can see, here I am in the world. I can do a lot of things here. Let's wait till that thing gets off our screen. Now it's off. So as you can see, I have the J here, but I also have all the, let's go to the last page, I guess. Yeah, over here. As you can see, I have all the things about the scriptcraft, the mines, the blasts, the reinforces, the blocks. I can totally use them as much as I want. I have all the things in the mod here and in the server. So, well, as you can see, that's kind of all. Now I will leave you a little bit of a user guide in order to use Codespaces, and some things that you must know and some down points of all of this. But well, as you can see, I have my server running now. I could like take away flowers and put them back together. I have not I have any lag really. I can like take away blocks and put them if I want, and well, there is not such thing as lag here. So, well, let's just go to the user guide. Well, some things you must know to use Codespaces is that they have a limited computational power. So, when you use a lot of mods, your server, or well, basically your Codespace will not last longer than a week or 2 weeks or maybe 3 weeks. It's really a variable. But when the computational power of your server is totally off, you already use it all, you just have to come here, publish this to a new repository. This will create a repository on your GitHub account, and then you just have to go to your GitHub account and download that repository. It's really easy. You just have to like here, let's go to my repository, is this. So you go to the repository and then you just have to go here and download zip, and this will download all your server, your world, your advancements and all. And you just have to create another GitHub account and upload all that files, all the files from your server over there, and just redo it again, and everything will work just fine. Another thing that you must know is that, well, we use a not premium Ngrok account. So when you use this token for like 1,000 times, your Ngrok account will say, well, this is the limit. If you want more times, you have to pay. So, well, you just have to go there and create another account of Ngrok, and that will be kind of all. Change your token, and that's all the things you must know in order to, well, work with Codespaces. So now, guys, that's all from my part right now. I hope you liked the video. I hope you really enjoyed all the thing I work here. It was really hard work, and I hope everyone in the world could see this. I actually want for you to use this to make some more experimentation, maybe do a better code than the one I made. I truly would like to see if some guys in the internet like make a better thing that I do. I'm not such an expert with Python or with GitHub. I'm just a student right now. I'm a college student of system engineer, but I really hope that someone who's better than me, who has more experience, come here and make this code better and make an advancement for the community. It's something that, well, of course, a lot of people will use because nobody wants to pay for a hosting. You know, it's like something that it happens to be there, but nobody really wants to use that because it's kind of, no, I don't know, it's another paid for a game that you already pay. So I don't know, it's something that I truly didn't want to pay, and I came up with this solution, and I hope you like it. Well, my name was Lucas, and subscribe, comment, like, and all that stuff in the description below, and well, bye!